Hello there, my crafty friends. I got wild hair today. Welcome, welcome to my day 5 of Facebook Live. 7 days of daily Facebook Live. And I've been having so much fun with y'all here. The method in my madness has been to kind of bid celebration farewell as we're winding down in the last couple of days of celebration. Hey Rhonda, welcome. I think today is the 26th and celebration ends on the 28th, so we really are in the last couple of days. The other method in my madness with these daily Facebook Lives is the fact that last week here in Texas, many of us were without power, without internet, some without water. I mean, it was kind of crazy throughout the whole state. Hey, Kim and Gail, welcome. So I was not able to be with you here. Usually I'm here on every Tuesday and Thursday. So I thought, well, you know what? I was kind of MIA all last week, and we've got celebration coming up to an end here. So let's just kind of do a blanket 7 days straight of Facebook Lives. So some of y'all may be getting sick of me, but I am glad that you're back, and we are going to do some more stamping today. I'm going to look at, one of our newer in colors. So we worked with cinnamon cider this week, and I really enjoyed that. Hey Jackie, hi Velma. I wanted to take cinnamon cider and bring it into spring, which I thought, well, you know what, that's a little bit of a color challenge because cinnamon cider, we think of it much more as a fall color. But we managed to do it. So, okay, Simone is here, yay, yay. Well, we are still gathering, but I'm going to go ahead and because I was a couple minutes late coming on, I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera down and see where we can get today. We're going to work with Magenta Madness, super bright color, and we're going to see if we can tame it a little bit because it is an in-your-face pink. You know what I haven't done yet is I haven't gotten my computer where I can see what y'all are seeing to make sure that you're actually seeing my workspace, my little area of demonstration space. I couldn't think of the name of it. Okay, let me just get this on here really quick so you can kind of see. Here is my color combo card. And I work with these a lot. There's something that Stampin' Up! Produces for us. It's a free download, and I did share it. If you scroll down in my Sweet Stamper page here, if you scroll down just a little bit, I linked to it, I think, day before yesterday. So it should be pretty easy to find. And yes, I finally got myself on the computer. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, good. You haven't seen much done with this color, Kim. Okay. You know, I will tell you, it is such a bright, bright color that it can be a little bit intimidating. And one of the things I've been doing all week is kind of doing a replay or a review, not a replay, a review of where we had gone previously. So let me do that real quick. And then we will move on to today. So yesterday we did the little mini bags. Thursdays I always do simple and stepped up. So I did 2 bags yesterday. I did a simple one and then a stepped up. Hey Linda, I'm glad to see you back. You were willing to come back and hang out with me again. So I'm glad about that. And Terry, yeah, hello, sunshine golden hair. Yeah, well this golden hair feels like a mop today. It definitely needs a good wash and refresh. So this was our simple and our stepped up gift bag, little gift bags. They're just a small bag, and I love the fact that they're pretty flat. So they, you can put tea bags in here. You can put gum in here. I think that right now with, I don't know, here in San Antonio, we have a lot of spring allergies. And so, you know, even if you wanted to put like cough drops and tissues or something in here, lots of different little things that you could put in here. The day prior, Wednesday, we had worked with the in colors. So let me show you. This is where we started. We started using cinnamon cider. And really this is kind of an all neutrals color palette because we did cinnamon cider with early espresso and petal pink, which is not a neutral, it's a very pale peachy pink. And then we added saffron, and then we also did one with soft sea foam. So each time we took the cinnamon cider and we took the early espresso, but then we added a different color. Here we had the petal pink, and on these we added much more of the additional color. So just kind of learning some color combinations with our in colors, because you know the thing is, when we get our new in colors, they're just the colors. Well, we have to learn to use them and play with them and pair them with other colors that are in our main color palette. So that was Wednesday. Tuesday we did some designer paper madness, and we took an old technique called triple time and we stepped it up, or modernized it I should say, by using it with designer paper. So instead of doing stamping on these layers, we did the layers with designer series paper. So Rhonda, I'm glad you like the cinnamon. So I love browns, and that is just a beautiful brown. So I'm glad that you ordered that because of my cards. That makes me feel really good. Simone, thank you so much for sharing my videos. It really helps me. So this was called triple time. It's actually the name of this technique. Typically it's done with stamping. We did it with designer series paper. And then Monday, which was the first day I kicked all of this off, we did a fancy fun fold, really, a fun fold versus a fancy fold. We used the Berry Blessings bundle, which incorporates, or includes I should say, you get this cute stamp set as well as the designer series paper. So we made these cute little fun fold cards, and I do like these because not only does it help you use up your designer paper and use it in a way that's really thoughtful, but it's also, you know, this is just a quarter sheet of cardstock. So it's a very lightweight card, super easy for mailing. Hey Susie, welcome. And then this was the one with the blueberry paper. This is the one with the raspberry paper. So that's where we were on Monday. So let's kick off where we are today. We've done our review. So for today, in between drinking a lot of water, I'm going to concentrate on what I consider a really simple, sweet stamp set, if I can find it. And it's the Approaching Perfection from Celebration, just a simple birthday card stamp set. I love the fact that you get a couple of images as well as some excellent greetings that will work on the inside as well as the outside of your cards. So let me just show you a little bit of where we were. Last night we played bingo, and typically I run them on a Thursday night. When I did them here in my house, I always did them on a Thursday night, so I've kind of kept it that way. And hey Kay, I'm glad you're here. So we do them on Zoom, and there's always kind of a theme. So because we're doing it during Celebration, everybody got this stamp set for free. So you always get a goodie bag with bingo. Well, this time your goodie bag included an entire stamp set. And then you got a packet of material. So all you needed was a black stamp pad, and you were ready to go. So this is the first card that I did, and I like to do a theme. So my theme, in addition to the stamp set, was using designer series papers with embossing folders. Not designer series papers, sorry, foil papers. And we double embossed in the sense that we embossed the cardstock and the foil paper to kind of give that double effect. So this is the one that I did with everybody last night. This is the one I had done. I did add a little highlight here of the white gel pen, or actually it's the white chalk marker. And I do kind of like that little highlight on the balloons. So that was card number one. Card number two was a Magenta Madness beauty. And again, we did dry embossing with the Big Boss. This is the Parisian folder. We did it on the cardstock, and then we did it on the foil paper. So you really get that kind of double impact of the embossing, but everything else is super simple. I mean, this is just a couple of punch balloons and a little greeting. So it's super simple, but it has a lot of wow factor. And then for the last card, this was my original, and we were using the other foil sheet. So this is the set of foil sheets that you can get called Love You Always, where you get, this is actually, they call this Blushing Bride. They call this one Cocoa Rose, and this one Sahara Sand. But I think they have a lot of versatility. So here I used the Meadow Moments embossing folder on the foil sheet, and this time I embossed the balloons. So this was my original, and then last night I actually flipped it around and did it vertical. I do love to kind of play around with orientations on these cards. So these were our bingo cards, and so I'm hoping that some of y'all will join us for bingo in March. One of the reasons I wanted to show you this, first of all, is it's the stamp set that I'm using today. And so that gives you some more ideas on the fun that you can have with this primarily greeting stamp set. But also, I wanted to show you the difference between Melon Mambo and Magenta Madness. There is quite a difference. I know some people might have looked at Magenta Madness when it came out and thought, oh, well, that's a lot like Melon Mambo. Actually not. Look how much more red is Melon Mambo. Magenta Madness is much more of a clear, really, really bright pink. And, you know, even though it's a super cloudy day, it's a rainy day, I'm getting a lot of natural light in here and even a little bit of glare at times. So, Kim, I'm glad you liked my cards. Like I said, this was... You know, these were all free for the people who came to bingo last night. And then I will tell you that all of the prizes were shopping sprees, gift certificates, however you want to word it. And they ranged from $40 up to $130. So the grand prize winner got a $130 shopping spree plus all the host rewards from all the orders placed last night. So exciting stuff. Really exciting stuff. Okay, on to Magenta Madness. So let me show you where I'm going with this. So originally, the first card that I did with Approaching Perfection, this is a card I made for my local live card class that I did last week, or actually that was just Tuesday. That was this week. And where I got this is, hey Kathy, I'm glad you're here. This is a swap I got from one of my team members, and I really, really liked the way that she had paired Magenta Madness with, what do you call it? The pale purple posy. And I think I'm going to sneeze, so I apologize in advance before I get there. It's going to come. I can feel it coming on. I really like the way that she paired this. So it's not on here at all, but I think to me these are really clear, crisp colors, and I like the way they look. So I took her original design, and this is the way that I cased it. And casing is simply, it's a term we use in stamping, and it means you copy and share everything. So this is my copy. I copied really, really similarly, changed up just a few things. So I wanted to take this card and I wanted to use this color combo chart and make something a little bit different, but utilizing the same elements. So what we're going to do is I have a couple of stamp pads. I'm actually going to go over here to the Granny Apple Green and the So Saffron. And look at how nice those colors look with Magenta Madness. I think it's a lovely color combination. So let's do this, and let's do this. And this is, I know that many of y'all who've been with me all week are aware that this is the pack of paper that you get for free. It's about a $65 pack of paper that you can get for free when you purchase the starter kit right now. So the starter kit just allows you to be a discount shopper, and be part of my team. We get more time to hang out together and create together and have fun together and support one another. But this is an amazing pack of paper. All of these papers will be in our new annual catalog. So that's exciting stuff, and I want to just encourage you to jump in with us. I can already see I've left out one ink pad, so I will probably have to leave you for 1 second. So let's see what we can do in recreating this card using slightly different colors and get a different look. So, get all of my review cards out of the way here. I'm going to use my, Easter, Kay, I think you are right. Hey, Yolanda, welcome. These are great Easter colors. I love it. That is a great idea. Okay, and I think that's probably all I need there. And then I'm going to need my seal and some dimensionals and glue dots. Now, you know, when you're getting ready to stamp, if you kind of get it all together there, it makes life simpler. Don't always get it done that way, but, you know, in theory, that's where we would go. Okay, let's go with the stronger color first, and then we'll go on to So Saffron. Okay. You need just one card base, and I think I will say that, you know, you don't have to put a white panel on the inside of this Magenta Madness because you can just write. However, I think it does kind of finish it off when you put that on the inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to take my contrasting color, which is what I did here, and I'm going to add my little piece of designer series paper. And I could use either one. Honestly, they're both super cute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the little birthday candle image. I think that this is a super cute small stamp. And sometimes, you know, when you get a set of stamps, you're looking at it and going, well, what am I going to do with that? So this is how you can just make your own kind of background, make your own little, I don't know, piece of interest. I think that this has the effect of giving a bit of dimension. So if you weren't going to stamp this, you could maybe do some, you could maybe put some embossed Big Shot stuff here, a piece of cardstock that's gone through your Big Boss. But this kind of gives it the same effect, and I love that a lot of us, when we started stamping, this is how we started with things like this. So just some kind of random stamping, tone on tone. This is Granny Apple Green cardstock and Granny Apple Green ink. So let me tap, tap, tap and clean this because I am going to do this same card in another color. So let's get that ready. And there. Aren't those nice colors together? Yeah, I think I will just kind of go with that other side just to kind of show you another slight variation. So let's put this down. Now, if you were going to do this card in portrait mode, you would just stamp your candles, you know, more in a vertical pattern. But I am using that really large label. I love these Tasteful Labels. This is a set of 10 dies, and it has a great stamp set to go with it, but honestly, if you get just the dies, they're phenomenal if you're not keen on the stamp set, because they're labels, they're frames, they're things that you can work with. And here is my frame. They also have just a very delicate little beveled edge. So it just adds just a little bit of interest, just a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of interest. So I think I'm going to follow the pattern that I had done before, and that is to use the color, the contrasting color here rather than Magenta Madness, because that's just a lot of pink going on already. Diane, I'm glad you're here. We don't mind that you're late. So I am going to actually use this same stamp pad, and I think I have my stamp mounted. Yes, I do. Now, one of the things I do like to do is sometimes, no matter how careful I am, these are called Tasteful Labels, Kim. This is in our annual catalog. It's actually part of that whole Forever Greenery, I think. I think it's, no. Either the Forever Greenery or the one that's got the all-natural kind of wood grain papers. So it's one of those collections. And, you know, look at all these little, like this one has that light beveled edge, but this one has almost like a beaded edge. This one has stitched edges. Several of these have stitching on them. They're really a nice set of dies. Hey, Marlene, I'm glad you're here. We don't mind you being late. So when you go to mount your stamp, being that you have to put the label on here, and I've seen people who don't put the labels on. I frankly don't understand how I don't know how you stamp if you can't see what you're doing. But I respect people, you know, doing things differently. But sometimes when you put it on here, no matter how careful you are, it's a little bit crooked, it's a little bit off. So what I like to do, anytime I have something like that's got a really straight line of text across the top, I'm going to stamp it right here on my grid paper. And I'm going to look at that text. I can look at that and see how it goes uphill just a little tiny bit. Well, that means that when I stamp it, I'm going to stamp it going downhill just a little tiny bit to compensate, so that it's a really small difference, but it would probably bug me. So there, that is going to go there and give me a really nice bit of contrasting color. So I think that, yeah, the sun is kind of bleaching out what I'm doing here. So Mary, welcome. I didn't even see you here. Yeah, you look at the green and go, yikes. But yeah, I mean, you look at that pink, it's in your face pink. And this is a bright green, but it when you put them together, they kind of calm each other down. And I think also having a lot of white there, having that big white tag really works. So let's go ahead and put these together, and let's see, we will vote on our favorite color combo here. This is already, I think I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, and that's going to give a little bit of a shadow between my layer here, my top big layer, and the card base underneath. And then I add just a little bit of ribbon and a little bit of embellishment, and then I've got a quick and easy card that is ready to go. I think I do need to get a couple of white panels because I think that would also kind of brighten things up a little bit. So that is going to go there, and I am going to go ahead and pop that up on, oh, I know what I needed. I needed another little piece here. That's what I did on my original here. Good thing I haven't stuck that down yet. See, I've got another little contrasting piece there. So let's see what we can come up with. I need maybe a slightly different shade of that is Granny Apple Green. It's a bright one. So let's see if we can find this is Pear Pizzazz. Look at that. That would go kind of nicely. But I think maybe Soft Seafoam would go even better because it's even paler. Let's see. It's super pale. I don't know, maybe that's a little bit too much. Maybe that's too pale. So Velma, you would not have thought to put these things together. Again, I'm looking here at the little color card that Stampin' Up! Has provided me with, and they're pairing Magenta Madness with Granny Apple Green. So let's look. Now the other way I could do this, I'm wanting to bring a paler color in. These are both really strong colors. I could go with a light pink. So let's think about what would happen if we put a little bit of Blushing Bride in there. So now I've got Soft Seafoam, I have Pear Pizzazz, and I have Blushing Bride. Let's see. I'm trying to get them where you can see them all with the pink and the green. What are we thinking? I don't think there's another pale pink. This is too, yeah, that's Petal Pink. It's too peachy. And this is, like I said, this is a really clear pink. It's not got any there's no yellow in it. It's really crisp and clear. So let's see. I don't think I could. Okay, so Kim says the pink. Something light would, yeah, exactly, Diane. Something light is going to calm down these colors, and they do need a little bit of calm. There is a little bit, I saw some other little pink in here. What was that? Where'd it go? Oh, that's Flirty Flamingo. Yeah, that's too peachy. Okay, we're going to go with one of these. Okay, Blushing Bride. 80K is here. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to see you. A very thin piece of black. Oh, now that's an idea too. Let me just grab that and see. I was thinking of maybe a neutral. So let's see if, you know what? I don't think there's a black in here as far as these papers, but maybe we could come up with basic gray, and maybe that would give us a similar look. So there's the basic gray. Or gray granite. No, basic gray is more of a clear. Navy, I think that's going to be, yeah, that's not. I think if I had solid black, it would work, or a black, just like a black piece of cardstock. So let's go ahead and use the Blushing Bride, because I wanted to stay with these that I had already used on. Here's my original that I'm doing a different version of. I think I also really kind of need to ink up that stamp pad probably. So let's do, this is just a quarter inch piece. So let's shave that off, and we might, we'll see, we might just use this, this little, the plaid side instead of the kind of, fleur-de-lis side. So let's see what we think. Let's put this right behind here. I like that. It definitely helps bring the color down a little bit. You know, because I've got them out here like this, let's try this Pear Pizzazz as well and just kind of get a little look to see how it would be. And I think I said I was doing a 1/2 inch. This is actually just a 1/4 inch piece of designer series paper. And see, this is what's so nice, is when you get all of these color collections, you can just kind of riffle through them and find the one that you like. Yeah, it does help, doesn't it? Let's try the green and see how that looks. Just for kicks. No, I think the pink is better. I think the pink is better. What do y'all say? Yeah, I think we're going to go with the pink. Oh, doing both. Now that's an interesting idea, Diane, to do a little bit of both. Hey, I think that might work. Except I would need to do a different piece because I need to do the matching. You know, if I'm going to do those, I would definitely need them both. So let me fish through here and find the Pear Pizzazz with that little bit of plaid. That is actually a brilliant idea. You know, this is what's fun, is we put our heads together and we come up with some great things. So let's try that. Here's my 1/4 inch. And then I need to bring it down to 5 1/4. Right there. So let's try that and see what we think. That's going to make a very different look if we go with the green up here and the pink down here. I think that might be the ticket. Let's see what everybody thinks. I want to hear a couple of votes here, whether we like that. So far, I'm liking my original best. Rhonda could ink around the edges of the label. That is true. We could do that, and I'm wondering if this needs to just be pink. That green just does not seem, I think it might be because I need to ink the pad. Let me try that. I'm going to try going on the other side of it, and then we'll see whether we just need to add a little ink. This definitely needs something. So this is the fun of doing it on camera, doing it live. This is live TV. Some people may not think this is fun, but I do. And I think when we work together, we come up with something that we like. And okay, so we have a couple of votes for doing this with the two pieces together. And I'm going to ink up my greeting, and let's try it one more time. I think part of it is that my ink pad, oh yeah, see how much clearer that is? That's a lot clearer. What do we think? Do we like that? Are we happy with that? And then we're going to add some gems, and we're going to add some pink ribbon, believe it or not. I did really concentrate on the pink in my original, but I will also say my original, you see how I've got a really pale color here, where on this one I've got two really strong colors. So we did just a little bit down here. I might want to get something white there, because I think if I put the pink ribbon on this, it's going to go, whoa. It's going to be a little bit much. So that's where when you start changing things up, you know, you have to kind of look at the contrast and some of those things. You know, one of the things I do like to do when you have these little strips, instead of fiddling with trying to get your adhesive on here, is just to use a couple of mini glue dots. I mean, these things are just workhorses. They do so much for us. So that is going to go right there along my top layer. And then, except I'm kind of crooked a little bit. And then I'm going to do this pink one underneath. So yeah, okay, everybody's liking the pink. Like I said, I think I put that on the wrong side. I think we might have gone okay with that green, but I think that stamp pad needs to be inked up. And it could also be that it just needed, candy. You know what I could do? I could just cut another piece instead of fiddling with this. Okay, let's get another piece. Okay, let's go here. And I don't know if you've noticed, but you know what I like about this is I can go from either side here with these small cuts. So I just need a 1/4 inch, so I'm just going to go right there on my paper trimmer. It's a fantastic trimmer. If you still have our old one, I loved our old one, the one we had previous to this, but I will say they made some great improvements on this, and I am a big, big fan. I use a lot of the really big cutters in my studio because I'm usually cutting a lot of cardstock at once. So I use a lot of, it's glitching, interesting. Well, my apologies for the glitching. It's not doing it to me here, but like I said, it's a super cloudy day here. We've got not only clouds, we've got rain, lots of rain. Well, not rain like a thunderstorm, but it's been raining pretty steadily here all day. So my apologies for the glitching. Let's see. That is going to come along nicely now. Very nicely. Okay. Now, there, and I need to trim that little bit. That's going to bug me. Do I have little scissors out here? Here we go, right in front of my face. Yeah, this was a gift that Stampin' Up! Gave to us leaders at an event, and I must say, what I like about this is I can find that on my desk, no matter how much stuff. Okay, Jennifer is here, and she is liking these colors. Yay! Jennifer loves Magenta Madness, so this is going to call her name, and she's not going to want to calm down that pink. She's going to like that pink to stand up and sing. Okay, let's see if we're going to like my original, which is here. Let's see if we're going to like the same pink ribbon or if we're going to need to do something a little bit different. Pink ribbon is the only one I brought over here, but let's see. I mean, I don't mind getting up, certainly. It's just that I hate leaving the camera with leaving you on your own here, but let's see. So let's go there. And then let's go ahead and make our pink bow, and then we'll decide whether we want to use it or not. Let's see. Why calm her down? Oh, I like that, Jennifer. Why calm down that Magenta Madness? It's meant to be, it is an in-your-face pink. It is bright and sassy and a little bit like Jennifer. And it is a great color. I do like it. Actually, I think that ribbon works. This is what I did on the first one. I think it works. So let's go ahead and put the ribbon down. And then I used the opal rounds. I don't know if you guys have any of these yet. They're in our spring catalog. They're really pretty. They're very pearlescent. They're very opal-y. See how they catch the light? And I really like them when I use them on pinks and blues and purples, because the way they catch the light on those is just a little bit of magic. They're really, really lovely. Now, I have my pick a tool. It's probably right in front of me. Yes, it is. So, and I do love this greeting. You know, I think this is one of those cute, humorous greetings that Stampin' Up! Does really well. And I opted to do 5 on here. So let's go 1, 2. See, even on here, you can see that on the green, it just kind of gets lost in the shuffle. I'm probably going to move that one. See that green? It just kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't do the same thing on the green. Oh, it's going to leave behind the, I better leave it. Sometimes you have to leave it alone. Something I'm not very good at. But you see how it really picks up the color when it's with the pink. So Kay, you do like the colors. Yay. And Jennifer likes the new word I coined, opal-y. Jennifer is an English teacher, and she's signing on to my word opal-y. So there's my first, and there's my second. Now let's see what the time is. We're going to go really quick. We're going to do one more version of this, and again, I am using the Stampin' Up! Where'd it go? My little color chart here, and I went with Granny Apple Green here, and now I'm going to go with So Saffron. So let's see what happens when we really do kind of this is a really pale color. This is a very bright color. Let's go with kind of a medium color and see what happens. Now I think that there is my card base here, and there is my yellow. I mean, that is a nice combination, you have to admit. It's a really nice combination. I have to grab my ink because I forgot the yellow ink. Wouldn't be Facebook Live if I didn't have to get up and get something at some point. So let's see what we can get on here. So we're going to once again utilize our little birthday candle stamp and just do some random stamping. Diane, I'm glad you like that card. And hey, Roz, joining late. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, you can watch the replay and see the beginning. So this is where we were starting. We're casing a card and making new color combinations with Magenta Madness. So here I'm going to use So Saffron, much paler. It's going to give us a really strong contrast between the Magenta Madness, super bright pink, and this much softer, kind of a buttery yellow. So we just do some random stamping across there. I am going to, while I was up, I got a couple of these panels to put on the inside. So that will look super cute. Hey Susan, I'm glad you're here. We are doing color combinations with Magenta Madness. So here's where we're going. Let me clean this stamp right here. And then when I'm done, my to-do list is a mile long, but I am going to get my my measurements from yesterday's little bag. I'm going to get those published. And I haven't had lunch, so I'll probably eat before I do that. I usually think better on a somewhat full tummy. So I've got, it's soup weather for sure, and my son made some butternut squash soup. Okay, so this is where I'm intending to go. That looks good. I'm happy with that. Sue, I'm glad you're here. We don't mind you being late. We're doing Magenta Madness color combos. So this was my original, which is, I would not probably have put these colors together, but this was, I got this swap from one of my team members and I really liked it. I like those bright ice, this really icy against that super bright. So I made this card this week in one of my in my live in-person local, like at my kitchen table card class, and then we used the little color card here, color chart, and we mixed it with, or paired it, I should say, with Granny Apple Green. Now we're doing a completely different look with So Saffron. So what I need is I need a little contrasting piece of designer paper. Now I could go back with the pink again. I could go with a pale pink. I could also bring in more of the So Saffron, or I could go with a brighter version of So Saffron, which would be, this is Coastal Cabana. Let's see what the So Saffron looks with it. I'm just kind of riffling through. Ooh, there's Mango Melody. These are fun to play with, folks. So, you know, if you have not yet joined Stampin' Up, you will get this whole pack for free. If you are already a Stampin' Up demonstrator, then you're going to probably be wanting to buy these when they go live in this new catalog goes live in May. We'll have pre-order in April. Okay. Jennifer, you're hungry. Tell Tim you're on your way. Yeah. I tell you, it's nice when he's over here working, and yeah, he does still do a little bit of private catering. So he actually did an event for some people, and he had some leftover butternut squash. And I said, so what are you going to do with that? He said, well, I'm going to take the seeds out and I'm going to toast them. I'm going to do this to them. Then I'm going to grind the seeds and I'm going to roast the butternut squash with olive oil. And then we're going to throw it all in the blender with some chicken stock. And I went, oh, that's really different than what I was going to do with that butternut squash. So I'll just let you go for it. Okay, now let's see what we can do here. Let's see. This is... what do you call it? I'm talking food now. This is crushed curry. That is a nice look with this. This picks up the color of the cardstock, which is So Saffron. More of that pale yellow. Then we could kind of go off grid and add in this Mango Melody, which really, it's very orangey, but it definitely brightens things up. So y'all tell me which of these is your favorite look. That's crushed curry. Lots of food today here. We've got curry and saffron. So curry, saffron, and mango. All three are food choices. So let me hear you weigh in. And while you're doing that, besides taking a drink of my sparkling raspberry water, I'm going to tie my little bow. Kim likes the mango. It does kind of change things up, you know. I have to say, I would have never gone with that, But when you have all that big stack of paper and you can just riffle through it, yeah, then you're just looking at yellows and it's like, oh, didn't even think about doing that. So that is one more reason you want to have collections of colors, because then you have lots of choices, and choices are always good. Okay, everybody's going for mango. Okay, I would not have thought of that. You know what? I've got my little mini chopper over here. I think I can use this. I must say, I really love these. We got these last year. Excuse me, this was a free item when you joined last year during Celebration. So this year you get a whole bunch of paper. Last year you got this little mini chopper. Okay, so let's go with that. Mango Melody it is. I'm telling you, you guys are pretty daring here. Okay, let's put this down first. And I think, yeah, I'll keep that side. Where'd my seal go? It's probably right in front of me. Ah, there we go. So let's put the seal down. We'll put the Magenta Madness down first. It should, but right up there and right there. And then we're going to lay this right on top, and I haven't trimmed it down yet. So let's put on with our mini glue dots. Now remember, when you have these little skinny pieces, whether they're cardstock or designer series paper or foil sheets or whatever they are, just use that mini glue dot and make life easy for yourself. Yeah. Okay, and then we need to trim the end because I didn't trim it ahead of time. Boom. Done. That's a cute color combination. I like it, but I do like pink and yellow. I've probably told you this before. It is one of my favorite color combinations. Many years ago when we lived in England, we planted a huge bed with daffodils, which are yellow, and pink tulips, a huge bed, and they were it was a gorgeous spring display. Okay, Jennifer Jenkins' influence is to go bold. You are so right, Velma. She is a go big or go home, you know? That's a good way of looking at it. Even though she's not originally from Texas, she became a true Texan very quickly. Oh, I'm liking this a lot. I think that is coming along ever so nicely. I think I like this one better than the green, which surprises me because I do, but these are all colors I really love. I will say Magenta Madness is not my favorite, but when I pair it with these kinds of things, then I like it a lot. But I do, greens and yellows, yeah, those are, I need dimensionals, which are here. So let's pop this up. And this shows you again how you can take an in color, use that little color combo chart, and make 3 different versions of a card, concentrating on a single in color, and just kind of change things up a little bit, and then you decide which one is your favorite, or you just like them all, and it's just fun to be able to play with different colors and enjoy the variety. Okay, that goes there, and then this is going to go down with a couple more dimensionals. I used a lot of dimensionals, and I think this also shows you how a really simple and sweet stamp set like Approaching Perfection is definitely worth having. This is one of our free options, only 2 days left. With a $50 order, you can get this stamp set for free. Mary is on board with our colors. These are almost like fiesta colors, aren't they, a little bit? Look at that. Now, I only did the one piece of designer paper here. I did 2 because we needed a little bit more color here. And let's go with our little bow. So Jackie likes the Saffron. I do too. I do think this is my favorite of the newer versions. And let's see, let's grab some of those lovely opal rounds. Opal is actually my birthstone, one of my treasured pieces of jewelry, not because of its value, but because of its sentimental value, is an opal ring that my daddy got me when he was in Vietnam when I was a young child. And I definitely grew into it. I was too young to really be wearing a nice, a nicer piece of jewelry. But I grew into it, and I've loved it for all these years. I've kind of toyed with the idea of having it reset to bring it up a little bit in modern, into kind of my life now as opposed to when I was a kid. But opal's it's a fire opal. It's a really lovely stone. I need to get some new putty on here. Yeah, there you go. Let's go here. It's sticking to me. Okay, so there we have Magenta Madness, learning how to use Magenta Madness, finding peace with Magenta Madness, finding a place for it in your studio. Oh, I didn't put this inside. Finding a place for it, and also recognizing that it has a very different look than Melon Mambo. So if you like pinks, there's a reason for you to have Melon Mambo and Magenta Madness. They're very different. Melon Mambo actually has a lot more red in it. So let me see if I can lay my hand to that Melon Mambo card and show you. Yeah, here is another. So this is Melon Mambo. This is one of our cards from bingo last night. The Saffron card is like the April 2020 paper pumpkin. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is, I'm bringing in cards from paper pumpkin last year. Okay, so Velma, you like the original and the So Saffron the best. Me too. Those are my favorites. And let's see, Roz is, oh, she thinks they're gorgeous. Yeah, just changing one color can make such a difference. And I think these are really, I think these are very youthful. I think these are cards I would give to my granddaughters, to some of our neighborhood kids, some of our kids at church. Although, having said that, the colors are, but really, if things really do get better with age, then you're approaching perfection. You know what? Honestly, even like a girl turning 16 or something, that's a cute, it's actually a cute sentiment. I don't think you have to be a senior like me to appreciate that sentiment. I think it's just really cute. And this also shows you how you can take those little stamps and create a look of depth without adding any bulk or anything like that. So yeah, Jennifer says, don't be afraid of Magenta Madness. It is meant to cheer us up, yes. And you can see here the difference between the Melon Mambo and the Magenta Madness. This is much clearer, brighter. It's a much deeper pink with a lot of red, much more like our lovely lipstick that we used to have, where the Magenta Madness is clear and bright. And I really like it. So that I'm going to love you and leave you today with, I don't seem to be able to do these in less than an hour. My intention is to come on here for 30 minutes. Of course, I did make 2 cards, but even so, I think part of it is I gabbed too much. But you're coming back, so I appreciate that so much. Remember, there are only 2 days left of Celebration. This is a free stamp set you get with a $50 purchase. Make sure you use my host code if you're going to make a purchase, and that way you'll get a free gift from me as well. And Marcia, I'm glad you like the magenta. And if you are not yet part of the Stampin' Up! Family and you are not yet enjoying a 20 to 25% discount, then join with me and get all of this paper for free 2 more days only. And then you would have some of these lovely ladies that are on here are part of my team. You get to hang out with us even more on my team Facebook page and we would have even more fun together. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have a mind to, I would love for you to share my video. It really helps. It helps with the Facebook algorithms. That's what Facebook is all about, which I don't frankly even know what an algorithm is. Math was not one of my better subjects, but you know, I just know that that's the way Facebook works. So thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed this. Have a great day. Take care. Remember, I will be back here again tomorrow at 2 o'clock, 2 more days. I'm hoping that on the last day, my studio is going to be tidy enough I can do a little studio tour with you. So thank you so much. Take care and God bless.